Hello, everybody, and welcome to another live stream. Today, we are going to be continuing a build I started on another live stream, and it's of a old design of, or I should say, an unused design of the Agatha King. And I think we might be taking it in a different direction, maybe adding a different twist to it. Feel free to talk in the chat and ask questions. And I just want to reiterate, I'm not an expert 3D modeler. I do 3D model, but so if there's any, expert 3D modelers watching, just want them to know that I'm learning. Every day I'm learning. But I got this far in the first live stream. So yeah, I also noticed that I was doing really good when I had music on. At one point, I was like, my throat was getting a bit too, I was tired of talking, and I just put music on, and things started to, something special happened when I did that. So I think I'm going to do the same thing. I will be looking at anything you guys say in the chat. I can read them, and I'll probably reply by typing if there's any questions to be answered. But for the most part, it's going to be a bit of music, and I'll take a pause from that and start talking again. But for now, let's get into it. And yeah, let's start with adding a little bit of tunes. We're going to be taking it mellow, taking it chill. So let's get into it. gosh. Thank you for the super chat. You didn't say anything. You gave me a cup of coffee. Thank you very much. I had to turn my mic back on for that. I really appreciate it. It all gets reinvested back into the channel. So I really appreciate that. Chavalia. Thank you very much. So, and what happened to the Agatha Queen? Well, maybe we're making the Agatha Queen right now because this isn't the clearly it isn't the Agatha King. So we're building the Agatha Queen right now. I like that idea. So for all those who died on the Agatha, I know it's so sad what happened to. I actually rewatched that episode recently, and it was so sad what happened to the crew on the Agatha King when that goddamn proto molecule got in. But I really appreciate it. If anyone puts in a super chat, I'll definitely turn the mic on and start talking. But the music really helps me to get into the groove and focus on getting this build because I really want to get this build done or as done as it could be. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. But let's turn the tunes back on and get back into the build. gonna turn the mic on back for a bit. For some reason, the symmetry isn't working, and thank you very much for saying that you're gonna check out the game. I put the link in the chat, but for some reason, like, I don't know what's happening, but the symmetry isn't working. Like, these buttons up here were supposed to enable symmetry, but I think it's okay. I'll just find a workaround. I could spend some time Googling it and being like, why isn't the... So symmetry is basically if I do something on this side, it'll happen on this side. And it's supposed to happen when I click these guys. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So, oh, wait a second. Normal, XYZ. If anyone knows, put it in the chat. But, so I have a question here. Any idea what ship you'll recreate next? It'd be so cool, possibly difficult, if you could bring some ships from the book to life whenever they appeared on screen. I think what I want to do is after today, I actually want to bring this build into Unity and start animating it and moving it around. So that's what I was thinking about doing. Building the raptor, and I can't even pronounce that, the one with the X. Yeah, if there's some references I could go off of, we can definitely build some ships that we haven't seen yet. I'm also not exactly sure. Again, I'm not the best builder. As you can see, I can't even get active symmetry to work, so I'm not the best Expanse ship builder. I think Northrent are the best Expanse ship builders in the world. They did all the concept. I'm getting better though. I'm learning a little bit. The music definitely helps a lot, but I think that is a wonderful idea, especially because we could build some and imagine some ships that we never got to see before. And I definitely think that you mentioning those ships, I'm interested in the Raptor for sure. So we can look into it, but I think the next live stream will be flying this ship around in Unity. How fun would that be to program thrusters and stuff like that, and possibly a destruction and shooting the rail cannons at another object or another ship. I think that will be the next live stream, and then after that we can go into another build. Yeah, we'll just play it by ear. You know, it's all good on the channel. You know, we're just chilling. All right, I'm gonna turn the music back on. But yeah, that's a wonderful question. So to answer your question, David, I'm going to try my best to answer it because it's seems to be a little above my level. What are your thoughts on the helium-3 di- deuterium pulse fusion reactor, future of power, or just the next venture capitals? Okay, that was a lot to take in. I would have to do my research on it. I think that we're nowhere near, if we're talking about like fast travel in space, I don't think we're nowhere near the expanse level of what they got. So, in our lifetime, probably, but maybe the next generation's lifetime. If that's answers your question, I would really have to look into that. I can barely pronounce what half the words were in that sentence. I'm sorry. I'm not a scientist, man. I'm just I'm an artist more than anything, to be frank. But great question. I'll look into it and then give a educated reply, I guess you can say. Yeah. So I think I want to give a little context of my thought process of what I'm doing here. So in the original build, I wasn't a huge fan of the, I'm going to call it the bumblebee butt, this here. So I wanted to do away with that and breaking it up into sections. I think a subscriber to the channel, Bacon Shelf, I think that's what his name is, um, was wondering why I was building it as a solid piece, and I also too wonder why I was building it as a solid piece. Building it in parts and sections is a lot better, and it's also going to be better for the future when I want to explode. Like if a, when the ship gets enough damage, imagine it's in a game and it explodes. If it's already in pieces, it's going to be a lot easier to do that. So that's the idea, the thought process of that. I wasn't a huge fan of the tail end, and I wanted to fix that. Also, I might do something with this here. This seems to be a bit messy. Like there's no real concrete thought process here. Like I'm almost willing to just do away with it right now even. I think on the last live stream I was just trying to just do something there, and I don't think it's working. So I'm going to do away with it and probably rebuild that as well. So yeah, because these pieces just seem to not fit. So yeah, Kerbal Space Program intensifies. Yeah, we're going to be building the Kerbal Space Program from the ground up. So, and this is another thing too. When it comes to design, a lot of it's subjective. So some people might like one type of design, other people like another type of design. Like the Expanse with all the different ships is a great example for that. Like some people like, you know, UN ships, and some people like MCRN ships. Everyone has their own. Some people like Belter ships. Like everyone has their own preference on design and looks. So maybe I could be designing something that someone likes or someone doesn't like. But I do think that having clean line work and clean 3D models is going to be good all around. And I don't think like this piece here can probably be rethought a little. It's going to be good. And you know, this is a designs change and they alter and they adapt. So yeah, this is my thought process, is that I want to clean it up a little bit. I was actually going to do some stuff like off screen, but I was like, no, I'm going to save it for the live stream because I want you guys to see this process. If you watch the first live stream I did and you watch this one, you can pretty much see how I get to a final design just from a cube, essentially using Blender. So I hope you guys appreciate that. I'm actually going to find the previous live stream and I'm going to paste it in the chat so you guys can watch it later. So I'll do that right now. So that was the previous live stream where I took this from the ground up. But yeah, that's my thought process. I want to clean it up a little bit, and hopefully we can get to a design that I'm going to be happy with today. And then the next live stream we'll do is we'll start animating it in Unity and flying it, you know, being able to fly it around using your key controller. So that's the thought process at least. So if you guys have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them in the chat. But meanwhile, turning the tunes back on and getting back in the zone. Let's do it. Sorry, I gotta turn my mic on. So we have Daniel in the chat that just said, happen. He has his Tycho baseball shirt on, and I'm gonna stick around for a while and watch. Well, thank you very much for sticking around. I love the fact that you're repping Tycho. Tycho dock worker right there. I'm rocking my Remember the Kent hat. And I also got some Expanse posters behind me, signed by the cast. So yes, thank you very much, Daniel, for repping the Expanse and sticking around. So I think I might change the music up. That lo-fi chill music was great, but I think I want something a little bit more upbeat. And yeah, if you guys have any questions or about the show, about designing, 3D modeling, just put it in the chat. I'll do my best to answer those questions. I have a whole playlist of live stream music, I guess you can say, like copyright free stuff. Let's see what this. Thanks for wrenching, Sir Gussie. What's up? And Kit, I don't have anything installed. It's just regular Blender. I should look into hard ops. I'm sure it'd be great for hard surfaces, but I'm just kind of doing stuff the way that I know how. I'm self-taught, so I know it could be a bit tedious for people who are actual 3D modelers, but I'll definitely look into it for the next stream. Probably will help quite a bit. I don't know, I'm very into just like kind of going with the flow and seeing where the design goes. I'm liking this a lot more than the previous design was a bit too messy. This has a lot cleaner edges. It all kind of fits together like a puzzle a bit better. So Sir Gussie said, sorry for not being around so long. Lots of change in my life. One day I'll tell. Hey man, there's no problem at all. Whenever you can come around, it's all good. My channel isn't really big enough where I don't need constant crazy moderation, but it's always good to have mods, and I appreciate it. I hope everything in your life is going okay, man. If you need someone to talk to, you know, my Twitter DMs are open, and I hope you're doing okay, bud. So yeah, I'm liking the way this is going. I think I'm going to probably just whatever happens up here is going to be reflected down below with the railgun down here as well. Probably have to massage this section a little bit, and I'm happy the way things are going so far. Don't excuse yourself going at it your way as long as it's efficient. Yeah, I mean, sometimes using plugins and stuff, you kind of move away from doing stuff like raw almost. I don't know. I think there's something special about doing things in your own way, I guess. But if it will help, I'll definitely look into it for sure. There's so many great plugins for Blender, and I just realized I think this railgun's on its side. I think the railgun's supposed to be orientated like this. You know what? I'm gonna keep it on its side for now. All right, guys, an hour in. I'm feeling good. I feel energized. My stamina's okay. Keeping hydrated. Make sure you guys keep hydrated, drinking water. I'm gonna flip the tunes back on and get back into it. I hope I can make some progress soon and around this section here, but things are going really good. Maybe add some more detail, and I'm generally trying to keep this low poly because I want to put it in a game engine, but there will be a build later on where I'll be doing I'll be adding detail from the textures, if that makes sense, and I could probably do a whole separate video on that alone. But so far so good, and yeah, let's get back into it. I'm really enjoying the way this is turning out because I felt like on the first live stream I was struggling a bit. Now I'm a bit more focused, and I'm clear cut on what I want to do, and I'm sort of fading away a little, drifting a bit from the concept, which I think is okay. Let's make it our own. But yeah, thanks everyone who's in the chat for the support, and let's get back into it. how is everyone doing in the chat? I hear there's a lot of talking about CAD versus Blender. There's also Maya. People use Maya as well. In the film industry, on the Expanse TV show, most of the sets that we built were designed in CAD. So it's a fun fact. But the VFX companies and the concept illustrators, they use a mixture of Blender and Maya. Modo? Is Modo a program? They use Modo as well. And I'm sure they use other programs as well. Playback uses 3ds Max and After Effects. After Effects a lot. Doing playback animations. So yeah, I mean, for me, for what I'm doing stuff that's going to be in a game engine eventually. I find Blender's a tool that just works. I like it. Now, if you guys are wondering why I have some stuff off to the side here is before I make any crazy, Boolean cuts and stuff like that, I like to just toss it over to the side. So I can always go back to it and possibly use the bits and parts for kit bashing maybe. I definitely like this design. I think we are getting to a point where it's clean. The meshes are clean. I'm having a little problems with like the front. I don't know what to do with a lot of these faces here, like these flat faces. Not exactly sure what to do with them, but it's all good for now. And these back faces seem to be a little flat. Like I wonder if I just give it a little booty, little butt-onkadonk, something like that. Like, does that work? I don't know. I need to maybe look at some references or something like that. I don't know. Does that work? Yeah, it just, I don't know if having these flat faces really are the best design method, but like by doing this is like, is that a solution? I don't know. Looks fine. Looks all right. It's coming together. I also think that I like the railgun platform holder things are shaping up to be a lot better than before. Before it was a bit of a mess before. Things are going good. I might start adding a bit more detail in some areas. But, oh yeah, and this part's really flat on the front. I need to figure what I want to do that with. I think I need some reference photos or something, but yeah, things so far are going really good. Remember, a lot of detail is going to be probably baked in using like the texture. So it's okay if the quads look a little simple right now. Just put in the polys where you need them, but generally this is going to be a low poly build. Yep. Alrighty, let's turn the music back on and get back into it. back. So I don't know what the heck's going on. I'm trying to move these vertices, but do I have something enabled? Like, what the heck is going on? I definitely have something weird. I must have pressed a hotkey or something. Oh no. Something's up. Something's up. So, just discovered your channel. It's cool to watch you work. Exactly like working in architecture, pushing and pulling. You know what? It is similar to working in architecture. I work with a lot of architects when I work in the film industry, and designing in 3D for video games or in Blender or whatever, and designing in like architecture, has very similar attributes. Because I guess it's like you're designing in 3D. Oh. Oh, I know what's going on. Hold on a second. It's proportional editing, smoothing. Ah. There we go. Okay. I had proportional editing on. I don't know how I turned that on. Well, I'm also glad that you discovered the channel. How did you discover it? Check the plane coordinates on the top bar. Maybe switching from global to local normal will help. Yeah, so I was able to fix it. I had proportional editing because it was all some weird circular like sphere was saying, oh, you can edit within this bounds. But I think I fixed it good because that was really ticking me off. Oh, wait. Proportional editing is off. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's back on again. Hold on. So, click the plane coordinates in the top bar, maybe switching from global to local. Plane coordinates in the top bar. Where is that? Global to local. I still don't think it's, yeah. So, global to local, smoothing, random, the fall off. I think, is it because my fall off is something so weird? Hotkeys, oh. That one got me multiple times. Hotkeys, oh. Oh my god. Oh. Thought I pressed O by accident. Oh, shit. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you so much. You saved the stream. Everyone, thank Kit for saving the stream. Oh my gosh. See you later, Sagussi. Thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it. Send me a DM if you want to chat. I know you had some things going on. All right. We are good to go now. I pressed O by accident. Already. That's hilarious. Kit saves the stream, everybody. What a champ. Alright, turning the tunes back on. We're good. Alrighty, just want to mention a few things. First off, I think we've hit the record for the longest stream thus far. I'm enjoying where this design is going. I will probably increase the detail in some small areas and then later multiply that detail in other places, sort of like kit bashing. I also need to go to the washroom, so I'm going to take a small break. I'll put the tunes back on, but I'll be going for a little bit longer. Not sure exactly how long, but definitely the stream's not done yet, so please stay tuned. Just taking a little break at the moment, so
Alrighty, everybody. How we doing? How we doing? Okay, so I've been going for 2 hours and 30 minutes. Wow, that is a new stream record. I just want to mention that I'm going to be winding down. I think I've been doing enough. I really underestimated how much time it's going to take to do all these small details. This is when a term called kit bashing comes into play. It's when you get pre-made elements and you kind of assemble it together almost like pieces of Lego that's already built, and you kind of put it all together. I wanted to challenge myself by not doing any kit bashing, and I want to build assets that can be the kit bashing for the future, and it would be all like our designs, because if you're watching the stream and you're seeing me design it, you're also involved as well. So yeah, I want to thank everyone who came to this live stream. Definitely, I thought this was going to be the last one before we can bring it to the game engine, but I think we're going to have to do one more stream because I'm going to have to add more details. I might do some stuff off stream, just move it along a little bit further. But yeah, I will be building all these assets completely from scratch. So if you watch all the live streams, you will see how I got from a cube to this. My other goal was to get things clean, nice and clean. Um, yeah, exactly. Kit bashing is great, but assets going into a game engine can be difficult to optimize in texture. Exactly. There's pros and cons to kit bashing. I find that kit bashing is really good for the concept phase, but when you get into a production level, whether it's a gaming engine or VFX, it's better to build the assets from the ground up. Like I can even tell here there's places where there's a lot of polygons, but it's okay because if I find it slowing down, I'll probably go back and optimize it, and we might be able to bake some of this detail in. And if you don't understand what these terms are, don't worry. If you watch the channel longer, all the stuff will be clear. So yeah, like I haven't added any details here or here, and yeah, I just started putting the antennas in. There's definitely going to be more antennas. I think the antenna arrays look really cool, really freaking cool. So I appreciate everybody who has supported me on the channel and everyone who's in the chat as well. There'll probably be a video next week. I don't want to say what it is, but there'll be a video next week about something to do with the Expanse and something to do with spaceships. That's always the case on this channel. I also want to quickly just say I've been working on a game for 5 years, and I released it in November, late November. It's called the Indigo Parallel. I'll put the link to it in the chat if you guys don't mind. If you guys want to support me, checking out the game, purchasing the game, wishlisting the game, all those things help me so much. Even just clicking on the link because it drives traffic to the page as well. So I'll leave that in the chat. It's also in the description as well. That is the best way to support me. And I want to thank, we got a super chat on this stream as well. I want to thank, uh, oh my gosh, Chivalia. I think that's how you say your name, for the super chat. I really, really appreciate it. And I appreciate everyone who, you know, came on the stream to watch. You can always watch it later. You don't always have to be on the stream. It's all good. Um, I love to see the channel grow. Things are going really, really freaking good on the channel. I got 1,000 new subscribers last month. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Around 1,000 1,000 subscribers in a month. That is insane growth for a channel of my size. So I really appreciate it. There's going to be more videos coming out and more content as well, expanse related content. So thank you very much for checking the stream out, and peace out, guys. Till the next time.